The Met Commissioner says her force has not lost control after a week that started with 2 teenagers being shot dead, ended with yet more stabbings. Cressida Dick says she'll put hundreds more officers on patrol in the capital's most vulnerable areas this weekend. But with a growing problem with gangs, she needs more help from the public. Lorna Shaddick has the latest.
Flanked by 2 of her officers, the head of the Met takes to the streets of North London on what must have been one of the toughest weeks of her career. The city she polices hit by 5 violent deaths. Her response: more officers on the beat this weekend.
I have 300 officers a day extra out in the most vulnerable hotspot areas, because this is in particular places, particular times of the day are most affected by this. But we have seen more knife crime homicides affecting the young on the street, usually in group attacks, frequently one or both parties involved in street drug dealing or other crime. Not always, but usually. That's the phenomenon that we're dealing with, and we and others need to get on top of it and bear down on that knife crime, which is so dangerous.
Last night saw a wave of violence across the capital, with stabbings in Poplar, Mile End, Newham, Ealing and Herne Hill, all within the space of just 90 minutes. 6 people were left injured, all but 1 are teenagers. Police tape and police guards at the scene of a stabbing or shooting has been all too common a sight across the capital this week. Police were called to this park in Newham on Thursday night around 7 p.m. The victim of a stabbing here, now in hospital, a 13-year-old boy. People in nearby Manor Park are starting to worry about how safe it is to go out.
It's like everywhere you go now there's a possibility that you could get hurt. There's like nowhere really safe anymore in London.
I'm worried. Yes, we have children here. My youngest child is 8 years old, and anything can happen.
I am a bit scared, and I don't think it's a good idea to go outside with just me and my baby girl.
I have teenagers and I'm very much worried, very much worried.
This scene on Easter Monday began the week of violence. Tanisha Melbourne Blake was shot dead here in Tottenham, gunned down from a vehicle as it drove past a group of young people. Suspected of murdering her, a 30-year-old man arrested today in Hackney. Tanisha, just one of 3 teenage Londoners whose lives ended in the capital's worst week of violence this year. Lorna Shaddick, ITV News.
Well, let's get the latest from Tottenham now, where the Met Commissioner has joined the London Mayor Sadiq Khan and the Tottenham MP David Lammy to meet some of those living in the borough. Our reporter Robyn Dwyer is also there. What are they planning to do today?
Well, Nina, just a quick reminder of why they are here. As you've just heard in Lorna's report, this is Tottenham, which is, of course, where 17-year-old Tanisha Melbourne was shot dead on Easter Sunday. And that, along with the shooting of 16-year-old Aman Shakur, was the beginning of what seemed like a week of violence in London in what's been a particularly grim year, with 52 people killed in fewer than 100 days. Now, the local MP here, David Lammy, said that the London's mayor had not responded quickly enough to this spiral of violence. And as such, London's Mayor Sadiq Khan has come here tonight to meet with David Lammy and to meet with Cressida Dick, the Met Police Commissioner. They have just begun a walkabout in the local area where they will be meeting some members of a new task force set up to tackle organised crime. They have just gone off to lay a wreath at the spot where Tanisha was killed, and they are now going to carry on this walkabout locally. And no doubt there will be some tough questions asked and possibly answered here tonight.
Robyn Dwyer in Tottenham, thank you.